Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is one of, if not the most anticipated fighting game of this year thus far. With only a couple of weeks away from the game's official release, I wanted to take a little bit of time and get some thoughts regarding what I'm most hype about for this game. But here's the catch. I'm not alone this time. I gathered a few friends, only a couple, nothing too serious, to help add on to my hype. And what we're gonna be doing is talking about our most anticipated characters, what we're looking most forward to from the game, and what we want to accomplish in the game, whether it's, win a tournament, get a high rank, learn the lore, learn how to do a proper feint or break combo, learn how to do a basic light into special confirm, things like that, no matter how big or small, what you want to do. And I have quite a few people here with me, so I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna let them talk, and then I'll come back to yap a little bit later. So we're gonna start this off with the homie.
Hey, how you doing, folks? It's your boy DecepySwag, and we're here to talk about some Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. Let's get to it. We just got done with the first beta, and let me say, I had a ton of fun, alright? This game is dope as hell, and I'm already feeling to play some more. Shout out to the boy Kane, dope character. For those that don't know, I love zoning people out in fighting games, okay? Yeah, I'm that kind of guy. I love annoying people with fireballs, and Kane gives me that, plus more. So, going forward, Kane is seeming to be the one that I'm going to be maining in tournaments and different competitions. Now, to be honest though, as much as I do like him, I have a favorite Fatal Fury character, and he's from Garo, and it's none other than Freeman. Just as much as I love zoners, I love record characters, and Freeman is in my top 5 record characters list. So I'm kind of praying to Lord Orochi himself that Freeman makes it into the base roster. Fingers crossed. Just imagining this character playing with the mechanics of City of the Wolves, man, I need that ASAP. So with that out of the way comes the question of, what's something I like to accomplish? What are my goals with this game, right? What is it I'm trying to get out of this for myself? And it's 2 simple goals, really. First, become one of, if not the best player in Fatal Fury. And the second is to become a pillar for the scene, bringing in new fans to try out the games. I want to be one of the faces of this game moving forward, and be someone that people can look to as a reason for why they bought the game or even willing to try it out. Whether it's because of how well I do in a tournament setting, I do a dope combo, win at a big event, whatever, or be it because of just how well people like my content, introducing new folks into the world of SNK games, and more specifically, SNK's Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. I'm trying to make the name DecepySwag synonymous with Fatal Fury. When people think MVC2, they think of Sanford, Justin, Yipes. Street Fighter, they think of Punk the God, Minna, Taquito, Daigo, and I'm trying to have that with my name with Fatal Fury. Crazy ambitious, I know, but I'm trying to get it by any means and take over this fighting game scene, bro. I said it once, and I'll say it again to y'all. You used to seeing my face, cause y'all gonna be seeing a lot of it. But I think I used up all my time, and it's time to move on to the next person. But before we do that, I want to give a big shout out to Rizzy. Appreciate you, big homie, for having me here. On to the next one. Peace.
Yo, what is up? I am EdoHana. Before we get into the goals that I have planned for City of the Wolves and the characters that I plan on maining, I want to give out a quick shout out to the homie Rizzy. Thank you so much for having me be part of this video. Huge shout out to you. Thank you so much. Since we are very close to the launch of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, I'm very excited to just try out many characters within the base roster. The main characters that I have my eyes set on maining are Maishura Inui, Jeanette, and Preacha. The reason why I picked these 3 characters is because not only I feel like these 3 fit my archetype of what I like to do in fighting games, but I just overall love the designs of the characters, especially Mai and Jeanette. I've always was a big fan of these 2 since I was a kid, and I just have fun playing them, mashing buttons and just trying to figure out what to do with them. So I do plan on giving it my all with these 3 characters, not only with content and doing tutorials to help out newcomers, and just trying to develop a community as a whole where we can all just get better together, but also for competitive and tournaments. I've always was a big dreamer of trying to become a pro player, and I really want to achieve my dream of becoming that, and especially with fighting games. And I picked City of the Wolves because I just love SNK, and I'm happy Fatal Fury is making a return. For the characters that I'm looking forward to for trying out if they make it base roster, since we have 3 characters left to be revealed, I'm hoping for Jaehoon and Blue Mary. Blue Mary mainly because I just love her design. I really love to see more interaction between her and Terry, and I think she will play really cool within the rev system in City of the Wolves. For Jaehoon, I really would like to see the other brother make it into the roster. It just wouldn't feel right if you just left Donghwan by himself. And I also just love characters that uses Taekwondo. Taekwondo has also been a big part of my life growing up, and I find a lot of appeal to characters that has the same fighting style that I used to take as a kid. So that's why I play like characters like Jury in Street Fighter, and Kim Cap-1 and the brothers appeal to me because of that. So I'm looking forward to trying them out, especially if Jaehoon makes it, because I find him a little bit cooler than Donghwan. But we just have to wait and see. But I'm really hoping that they make it into the roster. And yeah, overall, those are my goals that I plan to do for City of the Wolves when the game releases. I'm very excited. We're all waiting for the game to be released very soon, and it's just going to be a fun ride. Again, thank you so much, Rizzy, for having me be part of this video. Big shouts out to you again.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy KingJaeTV here. I'm doing this one here for my boy Rizzy. I know what it is. You know what time it is. For City of the Wolves, the characters in which I want to try and or main will be Kim Donghwan and Gato. Both of those characters were my main characters in Mark of the Wolves years ago, but I'm gonna swap the roles differently this time. I'm gonna co-main them, but I'm gonna probably try to focus on Gato primarily this time, as opposed to Donghwan, because it was in complete reverse last time, where Donghwan was the main and Gato was my secondary. In the beta, I did play a lot of Hotaru. Hotaru is the sister of Gato, so I felt like, you know, I wanted to rep the Futaba family, which is basically Gato Futaba, Hotaru Futaba. I felt the need to just rep the family and play a little sis, and I did that in Regime Royale. Shout out to Rome for allowing me to play that exhibition. Outside of that, there are other characters in which I do want to play and or try, but I'm kind of waiting to see who else is going to get put into the game, because not everyone has been announced, but I'm assuming Jaehoon will make it, which is Dong's brother. There's also Freeman and Hokotomaru. But with that being said, I'm also looking forward to playing Mai. A lot of people know me for playing Mai in KOF. I do play Mai a lot in Real Bout 2, so I'm looking forward to playing her in this game as well. So she might be 3rd or 4th on the roster on top of Hotaru, because Hotaru's been growing on me pretty heavily, to be honest with you. So there is that. I'm looking forward to maybe one more character. I know a lot of people may have or not have heard me talk about him, and it is Duck King. I'm looking forward to seeing him if he does make it into the game. If he makes it, I'll be super excited. Definitely had him on my roster. He's definitely been a long-time favorite character of mine. What I'm looking forward to the most in this game is a growing scene. So I'm hoping to see that happen with this game. What I want to accomplish the most for this game is quite a few things. One, I'd like to take this game as serious as possible for competitive play and try to be one of the strongest players of this game. Whether or not I'll be able to do that will remain to be seen, but that is a goal of mine. Also, at the same time, I want to be a reliable source for the community as a content creator. You know, obviously I'll do things to make things fun and exciting, but I also want to be able to get people to understand more about the game, because I know that City of the Wolves is a very mechanically rich game, and there's a lot of things to look forward to in terms of using the system mechanics. So I want to make sure that I am also one of the biggest hubs you can come to try to learn more about the game, you know. And I'll do also my best as well as a creator to branch out even further to the other SNK creators for this game as well. I do more collaborations and stuff like that, because I think there needs to be a sense of community, and I think most people don't know that, you know, the SNK community does exist, and there is a big sense of camaraderie as well, but even more so amongst the content creators. People can see, oh man, these guys are really out here doing things, you know. So I'm going to do my best to participate in as many events as possible for the game, be it exhibitions, win or lose, it doesn't matter. It's just about for the love of the game, so you guys can see more and see who's around, you know. I know there's a lot to unpack, but that's really just how I feel, right? So hopefully City of the Wolves takes off, and I'll be here. You know, hopefully you guys will be around with me too. Big ups to Rizzy for having me on here for this, and you guys take care.
Yo, what's up everybody? This is TheSeventhForce, and man, I am really looking forward to City of the Wolves. It's probably the most excited I've been for a fighting game in a couple years now that I'm thinking about it. But after getting a taste of it with that open beta recently, yeah, I'm locked in for it. Now, generally speaking, most of the characters I wanted in for the base roster are in. I'm a BJNA main in Mark of the Wolves, you know, a terrible one, but a BJNA player all the same. But, you know, with beta not having training mode or anything like that, which understandable, I went with Rock instead, and I actually found myself really kind of rocking with Rock, pun totally intended. So I might stick with him in the main game, but I'm probably going to give, Bijane a try as well. I really kind of want to try out Gato as well. He looks sick. And of course I'm going to give Ken and Chun-Li a try. Ken might actually be more up my alley. And as far as like the DLC roster goes, I think Mr. Big is just a really good pull. And the fact that they went with Mr. Big as like an Art of Fighting rep tells me that that's not going to be the only Art of Fighting character. So, we might get Rio in his Mr. Karate outfit. We might get, I'm personally hoping that we get like an older Yuri, maybe she's Miss Karate now, something like that. But I'm just looking forward to the game. But the one other thing I really want to talk about is just look at it. It's gorgeous. I know a lot of people over the years have said that SNK is probably never going to be able to make a game as good looking as their sprite-based titles, and I can kind of agree on some level, but just playing this game over the course of the open beta, the audio-visual feedback in this game is just incredible. The sound design is amazing. Nothing sucks like getting counter hit in this game because, you get that glass shattering effect and it really lets you know you messed up, but it's also really satisfying to get that in on your opponent, because now they know they messed up and now they're about to eat a Revic Cell combo, and it's just the best. It's sound and audio visual design on a level I don't think SNK has gotten to in quite a while, and I'm just really excited for it in general. Honestly, I'm looking to maybe make this my main fighting game going forward, but we'll see how everything with the full release pans out. Thanks again for having me, Rizzy.
Is the King J, back with another video. Listen, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, I am so hyped for this game. Last time we got Garou Mark of the Wolves, that was in 1999. We're in 2025 and we have, the next title, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. Man, like, who would have thought? We've been saying that, yeah, there was meant to be Garou Mark of the Wolves 2. There were some icons as well with some of these characters and stuff like that. But it was in very early stages and it got cancelled. For me personally, the stuff I'm looking forward to is the season passes. Now, I feel like I've gotten into that modern era where I'm just like, hey, what type of characters are going to come in for season 2 or season 3 or season 4? I definitely feel like this game is going to last for a very long time because season pass 1 is just jam-packed with such sick characters. You have Chun-Li, Ken, that are Street Fighter characters. Not only that, you have the Fatal Fury veterans from Fatal Fury 1, which is Andy Bogard and Joe Higashi. And then on top of it, you have Mr. Big, that is a part of Art of Fighting. So that could allude into the Art of Fighting series coming back. So for me personally, I'm just very excited. What character am I gonna play? I'll probably play Marco or Kane. Like, I really like that guy. That both the Kane and, Marco. Marco's more on the, traditional Shoto type character. But then Kane is just like so cheeky and just so confident. I like that character. I think he's just too sick. I might change my mind when I play the beta and stuff like that, or even when the game comes out. But for now, those are the two characters I'm rocking with. I'm excited to see who is the boss. Are they going to bring Geese Howard back again? Is Geese Howard behind it? Because that character seems like he never dies. If seeing Geese come again, he's just old and he's got a beard and that would be so crazy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in this game, what secrets they have. Even the EOST mode, like, what is that? It's kind of like some type of RPG mode. I'm looking forward to a lot of it. It's been your boy King J signing out. Remember to, just check out this game. The beta's open for everyone. Take it easy, everyone. Peace.
Hey guys, Baberuthless here, and thanks so much to Rizzy for having me on. So I am really excited for a brand new fighting game because in the past, SNK games has been something that I haven't been really great at because the mechanics and keeping track of all the different gauges has always been a little bit confusing for me personally. So now that I'm finally decent-ish at Street Fighter 6, I'd love to come back to a new 2D fighting game with a fresh set of eyes. I personally usually main Mai in most of the games that she's in, but I'm also really curious as to what they're gonna do with Chun-Li. With Kain's charge inputs becoming motion inputs, I'm curious if Chun-Li is gonna get that same treatment. And maybe, perhaps she'll even have some mechanics that come from Street Fighter 6 that are specific to her as well. Regardless, I hope SNK keeps the guest characters coming, And I just really hope that with these guest characters, they're also including a stage, since the art style of this game is so colorful and stylized. Another thing I am really looking forward to is the story mode. The cliffhanger with Rock has been dangling over our heads for years, so they, have to have resolved that. And I'm also hoping that characters like Mai and Terry can have their stories continue as well. One other thing that I'm definitely going to be checking out are the customization modes. So with the color customization, that looks fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to seeing all the different clever designs that people are going to come up with. For music customization mode, I'm a little bit of a stickler for that, and thankfully there will be a jukebox mode at launch. With KOF 15, they actually did a really great job with their jukebox mode because they included not just music from KOF 15, but from like a lot of other like SNK games as well. So just really hoping that we'll see the same thing in City of the Wolves as well. Even just playing the beta right now, I can already tell that this is going to be a game that I sink a ton of hours into, and I can't wait until we get to experience the full thing. And thanks again for Rizzy for letting me be a part of this.
Hi, my name's Insavian. Guerrilla Mark of the Wolves was my high school game. Every time during lunch, I would take out my laptop and a friend of I would just do Marco Rodriguez versus T-Zoc matches back to back. That was our game. And after playing the City of the Wolves open beta, I have a small issue.
Where's Butt? Come on, I get it's an open beta, but the only reason why I'm playing this game is specifically for Butt. And now I'm stuck with Kane? And not only that, I was stuck with BJ, and somehow she was the one to help me understand the game's mechanics. It turns out, if you do an EX into an EX, it's cancelable. I didn't know! The only character I want to lose within this game is Butt! So the next beta better have him, or I'm gonna be livid! Butt!
I don't remember if this was confirmed, but I do think a trial mode will help City of the Wolves a ton, at least for me, because I am a visual learner. I understand the game's mechanics better via doing the game's version of combos, as opposed to me going into the lab and figuring out myself. Because if I don't have a foundation to start with, then I don't know where to progress from there. And I don't want to have to look up YouTube videos just to do a basic bread and butter. That's it. Back to you, Rizzy.
Butt!
Hello! With the release of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves approaching Among Us, I thought I'd share my personal accomplishments that I want to portray in the game, as well as the characters that I want to main and things of that sort. Just full disclaimer, my name is Iambic, and I play 3D fighters. Yes, Tekken, Virtual Fighter, Soul Calibur, Dead or Alive, all 3D fighters. The concept of 2 and 2.5D fighters is mostly foreign to me. I have very little knowledge about how 2 or 2.5D fighters work, so transitioning to Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is going to be a task, let me tell you that much. My personal accomplishment for me personally is just learning all of the game mechanics in their entirety. I have been keeping up with SNK as far as looking at how City of the Wolves work. You know, there's different mechanics for different scenarios, and so I would get lost most of the time because, again, I come from 3D fighters and there's not many mechanics to those games depending on what kind of game it is. With City of the Wolves, my accomplishment and my goal is to just simply learn the game, sit down with it, digest it, play it with friends, play it online, and then learn how to fully grasp the entirety of the game technically. As far as a main goes, me personally, I gravitated towards Preacher. Preacher! And not only because she's my twin, you know, we have the same exact birthday, August 3rd. We're about the same exact height, 5'6", 5'7"-ish. We're both nerds. Well, she's more of a nerd than I am. But she's also Joe's student. Now, I'm a huge fan of Joe Higashi. I really am. He's probably one of my favorite SNK characters of all time. And so to learn that Preacha is Joe's student makes it all the more better for me, and I'm so excited to see Joe in the DLC pack 1 for City of the Wolves, so that's exciting. All in all, my main thing is just learn the game, sit down with it, study it, and then hopefully be somewhat proficient in it, maybe even commentate it. I don't know. We'll see what the future holds. That is all I have. So I'm very tired. I'm very hot. And I am going to take a nap. So back to you, Rizzy, or whoever this is supposed to be turned over to. Okay? Bye!
Mainly what I'm looking forward to in City of the Wolves mainly is, for one, the story. I'm like a sucker for the lore, so I want to see how the lore is in City of the Wolves. Number 2 is to explore more of the characters that got announced as well, like Gato, Mr. Butt. I will call him Mr. Butt. As far as like characters, like who am I looking forward to play, I'm gonna pick up Terry, cause mainly his damage output. His combos are really sick, and they do a lot of damage. That, and I'm also looking forward to Preacha as well. Preacha's really fun. One thing I would like get out of this game, honestly, just trying to learn my breakers, honestly, because most of the combos that I've been doing, I didn't use not one breaker at all. I just used the rev stuff, which I gotta stop doing, because like doing a lot of rev stuff, it can put you in burnout and it can lead into bad situations, just like Street Fighter 6. And some of the combos I've been doing, it takes away a lot of rev meters, so I gotta stop doing that. But yeah, I mean, that's mainly like my takeaway, or like one thing that I'm trying to like improve on, or like trying to learn. And also like this game has a lot of mechanics, and like I'm trying to learn all the mechanics, like try to get it down, because like, you got just defending, you got feints, breakers. Yeah, man, it's fun game. It's a fun game. It's like it's very fun to get into, but it's really hard to master. So I'm really looking forward to the challenge.
Kia ora tātou, and to Ignant Rizzy, tēnā koe. Thank you very much for allowing me to say a whole bunch of words about Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. When it comes to having a goal in this game, really my only goal is to just make this my most played Fatal Fury game. I'm already liking what you can do in the beta. There's no training mode, which is fucking annoying, but other than that, I'm having a lot of fun with this already, and the fact that we have a new Fatal Fury game at all is a blessing. So that's my goal with this game, to play and appreciate it as much as possible. Which for fighting games nowadays, you definitely got to do a lot of, so I got to make sure that I fulfill that promise to myself. And as for characters that I'm looking forward to trying the most in this game, well, with what the beta has given me so far with B-Jenny, I'm just liking how she functions already. Now, I did play B-Jenny as a sub in Garo Mark of the Wolves, but my main character is T-Zok. However, because he wasn't in the beta, I stuck with playing B-Jenny. I didn't really switch to any other characters, I just enjoyed playing her. I mean, come on, she has a parry. And for anyone who knows me and what I'm all about, you know I like my parries and my armor shits. So yeah, as far as any other future characters I'm looking forward to playing, well, honestly, when it comes to characters I want to see in this game, well, I'm pretty sure you already know exactly who I want in the game. But I better be fair, and I better talk about other characters as well. So, while I'm loving the game already, and how I'm setting myself a goal to play it as much as possible when the full release eventually does drop, there are characters that I do want to see in this game, and I have 5 of them. So I'm going to go down that 5 right now, and I'm hoping at least one of them makes it into the game. So I'm happy to main T-Zok when he comes out, but I'm enjoying B-Jenny as a sub, and I may potentially make her my new main. But the other 5 characters, here they are. The first one is Geese Howard, the second one is Young Geese Howard, then Nightmare Geese Howard, then Lady Geese Howard, and Huaijai. What? I have other favorites besides Geese. Dick.
Hey, yo, Rizzy, thank you for having me on. I truly appreciate it. But before I begin, I just want to do this shit real quick, bro. I've always wanted to do this for like a while now. Here we go. Ready? Alright, let's start with my goals real quick. One of my goals right now is to take time to understand the mechanics of the game. Now, tutorial aside, I need the full practice mode and all that stuff because during my gameplays with the homies, I've been seen being beat out of all of my moves, all my normals, all my specials. Like, I couldn't do anything, pretty much. So it's like I'm playing like a Force 50-50 again. But what I didn't know is that I can be able to do like a light DP and be able to get out of that situation. So it got me thinking, okay, so I really need to learn this game more. From the rev guard to the braking to the fainting, all that stuff. The next one is getting the combos down. Yeah, that's really gonna be fucking hard. So I gotta get into a mode where I'm literally constantly trying to train and see if I can be able to get at least one combo down because I'm just a one-trick pony in terms of combos, so I'm not gonna have anything in the bag because there's too much of it as it is, bro. And the next two are pretty much obvious. I want to make content for the game because I love SNK, I love Fatal Fury, I love pretty much everything that it does for me. Pretty much my whole channel is filled with SNK stuff, you know? Like, I could not stop playing SNK games even if I could try. And as for the story, like, I want to see how this goes, man. I mean, we were left with a cliffhanger with Kine or Highland Kane and Rock pretty much, you know, just talking about, oh, I found your mother, she's alive, and all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, so where's she at? Come to find out she was captured by a freaking cartel or something like that. And I'm like, okay, I guess. All right, now my main characters that I want to use for City of the Wolves. Fox Reaper, because he's the embodiment of Grant. He is Grant, essentially. I never thought I would ever see Grant ever again after he died, bro. But they gave us Fox Reaper, and I'm very happy about that, you know? Like, I love this man. I love how he plays. Dark Karate. Gato, because he has been one of my mains since Mark of the Wolves along with Jae-hoon. I love using that character. And the last character that I'll be maining, until further notice, is Terry Bogard, because it's Terry freaking Bogard. I mean, come on now. Like, come on. He's the reason why I even got into SNK games in the first place. Like, I'm wearing the hat as we speak. Now, I got 4 characters in mind that I want to be in the game for my wish list. I already said 1, and I'm pretty sure he's coming, okay? Like, Don Juan is there, so we gotta have Jae-hoon. The next person is Rick freaking Stroud. Now listen, this man has not been in a game, in a Fatal Fury game, in 27 years. I think it's about time we put this man in the game, okay? The next character is an Art of Fighting character, and it's Kasumi Toto. Now, people are saying that why are we even talking about Art of Fighting characters being in Fatal Fury while there's a new Art of Fighting game coming out? I say, to hell with what you're saying, because Mr. Big is in the freaking game, so I don't want to hear it, okay? I want to see a 30-something-year-old Kasumi, bro. I need this woman to be legal, okay? Give me my waifu for lifu. Shit. And the last character, I want you to let me cook on this one, and I'll explain why. Rizzy, I might go over the limit on this one, but I need you to understand on what I'm telling you, and everybody too. What if Wolfgang Krauser had a daughter? Not even the son, a daughter. This woman, okay, is the new Earl of Stroheim, okay? Lives in Germany, obviously, needs a thick accent, is cousins with Rock Howard, so we need something between those two.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
Yeah, thank you, Rizzy. Appreciate you having me, and I'll bring it back to you.
Alright, motherfuckers, it's my turn in this mob on God. Let me stop. But anyway, what's good? It's your boy B Ninja, and shout out to the homie Rizzy for allowing me to share my piece of what I'm most hyped for and what I'm looking forward to for Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. First off, I'm more hyped to explore more combo routes and more gameplay mechanics with this title because with the newly added rev system and everything, it definitely symbolizes Street Fighter 6 a little bit, not to a full T. I mean, yeah, you can combo everything all in one as far as your EX attacks, with the risk of getting burnt out, obviously. And if you have your SPG gauge on lock, you can definitely get max damage of throwing everything all at once, for a big advantage right there. So for the limited time that I was able to play with the title, it was definitely fun exploring some combo routes that I can do. And one thing I definitely want to work on is learning when to punish properly, because as a history with SNK titles, sometimes it's hard to get punishes on certain attacks, especially if we don't know the frame datas and what's plus, what's negative and everything, because with rollback being rollback at times with the netcode, especially with SNK titles, you necessarily don't get your punishes. So that is definitely something I would love to work on as I dive more into this game. And lastly, to end my portion, if there are some characters that are missing that I want back in Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, I mean, we are kind of seeing a blend of some other characters, obviously with the Street Fighter characters coming and Mr. Big from Art of Fighting out of nowhere. I would not mind seeing more Art of Fighting characters in the next patch of DLC. I mean, imagine if Ryo, Yuri, Robert, King, and Kasumi were all in the next patch. It would just be an Art of Fighting DLC patch. Imagine those 5 in this title right over here. I mean, we already got King in the background for our rock stage right over here, but outside of those, imagine Real Bout 2 characters like Lee Shanfei and Rick Stroud coming back, particularly Shanfei, because she is a sleeper. But if there's one character in particular I do want back for City of the Wolves, definitely Blue Mary, because as a fan favorite she is, I would love to see how grown and mature she is in this iteration, and I would love to see her take DJ Nate to Suplex City and whisper her the Nevia song.
I'm that bitch. Remember that.
Hey, wrong music. I know we just got finished our month, but that's not what we're doing right now. Take 2. It's Geese. I want Geese. Geese is the SNK boss, okay? He's been in King of Fighters. He's been in Art of Fighting. He originated in Fatal Fury. This is a continuation of Fatal Fury. Let's get him in here. Bring in some Nightmare Geese. Hell, don't even bring in Nightmare Geese. Bring Geese back. Oh, but Reese, he's dead. If these two can do it, so can he. Aside from Geese, I already have what I want. So if I don't get him, I have Kine, Vox, and Rock to switch between. Not only that, Kin's dropping in Season 1 anyway. So as a Kin main in Street Fighter 6, I'm good to go. But speaking of guest characters, why not more? I'm a Tekken fanboy. Let's see the Mishimas in here. Give me Jin, give me Kazuya. I want to see how a devil works in this game. He's dead, she's dead. He should have been dead, but we all know how that went. Ours has been in Naruto. Why not bring him over and see how he plays in this game? And I know what you guys might be saying. Mishimas are in everything. Why not bring in other Tekken characters who deserve a spotlight? And to that I say you're completely right, and I agree with you. But I'm a Mishima fanboy, so screw you. The game's fun. I mean, really fun. There's so much for character expression and player expression. Rizzy's an opportunist. He waits patiently until he gets an opportunity, then he's in your face. I'm in your face all the time. Kyle plays like the rushdown barbarian piece of shit he knows he is. At the end of the day, this game has so much potential, and I want it to really be SNK's frontrunner from this point forward, because honestly, it gives me that late 90s, early 2000s fighting game vibe that I haven't had in a very, very long time, and this deserves love, so show it love. I guess if there were one other thing I really want, it's getting Freeman back, only because of that one incident.
You just got your ass whooped, G.
Yo, shut up!
You about to get your ass whooped. Yeah, what you gonna do?
My favorite SNK fighting game is KOF 11. Weird pick, I know, but it's the first one that I really got into, and it's the first one I really put time into to make myself good. As good as I could have been back then. And I want to do the same thing with City of the Wolves, because I haven't been this excited for an SNK game in a long time. Don't get me wrong, 15's great, 15's really great, but I still didn't have that excitement as I do for this game. So that's what I'll be working toward when the game releases. Oh, and to make everyone scared of Geese again if we get him.
Fatal Fury is finally almost here. It's been 2 freaking decades since the last time that we were in Southtown. I cannot wait to finally return to this franchise. And when it gets here, the #1 thing that I am the most looking forward to is training mode. Yes, I know everybody has already made this joke numerous times, but after playing through that beta, I saw tons of crazy stuff that the characters could do. I saw so much potential in the combat, and I can't figure that stuff out on the fly when I'm struggling to survive. No, I need to go to the lab, I need to test stuff out. So yes, I understand why we can't have training modes in betas now, because apparently it makes it very easy for people to go in and just hack the entire game and find out all the secrets. Although apparently someone already did that anyways. So when the game actually comes out, that is the #1 thing that I'm looking forward to the most. However, beyond that, the thing that I am the most interested in, the thing that I really want to see what this game has to offer, is the single player stuff. Because I have faith that the online will be good, or, at least passable. It will be enjoyable. And everything that I have experienced with the combat so far has been a ton of fun. But from what we have seen of the trailers, I really get this feeling like SNK has got something planned. It feels like, maybe there's not going to be like a story mode. I don't think we're going to get anything like that. No. And in all honesty, I don't really need story modes in fighting games. I just need something interesting to do when I don't feel like going online. And we've seen the map of Southtown, and it's got this implication that there might be something that we can do. I don't think it's gonna be anything like World Tour mode in Street Fighter 6, but maybe it'll just be some interesting new version of an arcade mode with lots of different little mini games and objectives in there. Maybe they'll throw like a roguelike in there or something. I don't know. I am just spitballing ideas right now because I have no idea what SNK could have planned for this. And that's the exciting thing about this, because SNK, for lack of a better term, and I say this with nothing but love, SNK has always been a chaos engine. SNK, whether it was in the classic days of the 90s or after they came back from their bankruptcy, or even in the modern era of SNK after King of Fighters 14, they have always been a company that has swung way harder than they had the ability to. They've always been that company that when someone comes to them and says, this is what we are capable of doing, they then start planning for like twice that much. And sometimes that's great, sometimes it's a problem, but you know something? It's always interesting. SNK has always been an incredibly interesting company because they always just have weird, wacky ambitions and goals, and I respect the hell out of that. And ever since they came back with King of Fighters 14, you know what? King of Fighters 14, they did not have the budget to put that many characters in there, but they went for it anyways. And then Samurai Showdown came out, and Samurai Showdown, it was a little bit better than King of Fighters 14. Then King of Fighters 15 came out, it was a little bit better than Samurai Showdown. So with every single one of these fighting games, it's clear that they've been getting better, they've been getting themselves back into shape, and I have this weird feeling like Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is going to be that game where once again we see a little bit of that old SNK where they come in here and just go, all right, we're going to try something new and we're just going to go for it. And I think it's going to be in whatever the heck their single player content is. Or maybe it'll be whatever they have planned for that soccer player that they're doing something with. Yeah, has that actually been addressed yet? Do we still not know what's going on with that? Anyway, I am excited for the unknown of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves because I guarantee you there's going to be some kind of big, crazy unknown in there.
Yo, what's up everybody? My name is Rome himself, and as you can see, I'm a very huge Fatal Fury fan by the posters in the background, and I want to give a big salute to the Ignant one himself for allowing me to be a part of this collab. So yeah, the Fatal Fury City of the Wolves beta was out a few days ago, and for that beta, I opted to lock on Vox Reaper. Vox was really dope. He's a character I could see myself playing on release. I really like his specials. I like how his combos are structured. Man, that normal, that standing heavy kick, one of the best normals in that beta. Of course, he's bald too, right? So he's got a lot of space on his head, a lot more time to think about certain things. He's got a lot less on his forehead, which means he got more in his mind. Jokes aside though, but I really had fun playing Vox Reaper as a character, and definitely one I might potentially be playing on release. But if you guys know me, you know my brand on Twitter. I'm always talking about it. My main, the character I want to play for sure, is Billy Kane. I've been waiting for this character to be top tier, at least in a modern game. It's been way too long. Since KOF 2002 was Billy Kane at the highest of the tier list. And when the City of the Wolves comes out, I'm trying to take my 9-foot-inch pole and shove it straight up your hurt box. In addition to Billy Kane, I have to wait a little longer, but 2 more characters I'm highly looking forward to playing. And the first one is Ken Masters. Dude, I've been so excited about this character being in this game, just to wonder what exactly SNK is going to give him for a moveset. As you can see, the DLC art for him is based off his Street Fighter 6 counterpart, so we could expect stuff like the Genrai kicks, maybe Dragon Lash. What if he gets some new moves in addition, right? SNK likes to do that as well. They'll give some characters some new fun stuff to make them fit and acclimate themselves to the newer engine. Andy Bogart is also on that list too. I play a lot of Andy in KOF 15. He's practically on my main team at this point. And I want to see if they can do some fun stuff with him. Actually, I would love to see. Andy is a ninja. So let's go back to the more ninja characteristics. Let's give him the kunai again. Let's give him the little flame flip kick. Give him that command grab where he starts humping your face and then you explode for some reason. Just give him that back. Let me do all that to people. And lastly, when it comes to Fatal Fury City of Wolves as a whole, my 2 main goals for the game is to blow up and then act like I don't know. But jokes aside, my 2 main goals, obviously the first one is to continue to host more events. If you saw during the beta weekend, I ran a tournament called Regime Royale, which had a lot of content creators, influencers, tournament players, etc. And it was a nice spectacle. It was a great way to cap off the first beta. I want to do more events like that. I think that stuff is cool. It merges audiences and it puts a better light on the game. The second being, of course, as a commentator for primarily SNK titles, I want to be the best I can be at Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. It's a brand new game. It's not like KOF where I've had, years of experience, or even Samurai Showdown, which I've knew for some time. So it's going to be a lot of fun to really learn this game, to understand it enough to convey it to the audience at home, and really just double down on why this could possibly be SNK's best fighting game yet. Once again, shout outs to the big homie Rizzy for having me on, and I'll see y'all next time.
Alright, Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is probably my most anticipated fighting game in the absolute longest time. And as some of you already know, that's because Garo Mark of the Wolves is already one of my favorite fighting games of all time. But after finally getting some time with it, I realized what I really want to learn is how all of these goddamn mechanics work. Like, there was a lot I learned on the fly because I'm a relatively fast learner in any fighting game. Like, I could learn things on a basic level, so it was just whatever. But then there were mechanics that I actually forgot were even in the game. But then even on top of that, there were a lot, and I mean a lot, of mechanics that I either didn't know how to use or just used completely incorrectly. Like, fam, how the hell am I supposed to be doing this? But of course, even with that, I want to properly learn how my characters are supposed to be played. If you don't know, the only characters I used within that entire beta cycle were Hotaru and Preacher. I mean, unless you want to count Rock in a tutorial mode, but no. I just used Hotaru and Preacher the entire time. I really didn't try to explore anyone else. And I had a lot of fun with them. Of course, me being super familiar with Hotaru because she was my main in Garo Mark of the Wolves. And Preacher, as my friend said, that was a Rizzy ass character and they hated me for it. Like, they legit hated me for it. And I loved it. I am really looking forward to Ken when he drops because I'm a Ken player in Street Fighter, and I can't wait to see SNK's take on how Ken plays this time around because we haven't seen an SNK take on a Street Fighter character since SVC Chaos, so this is gonna be interesting. But then I'm also looking forward to trying Marco because I really wanted him in the beta, but he wasn't in the beta, unfortunately. And I also want to try Andy because I really do think Andy's cool and he looks sick in this game from his art. And I really want to see what they do with Joe considering Preacher's in the game. But then as far as, future characters, I really do want to see Jae-hoon. I hope he gets announced in the base roster because there are other characters left that still need to be shown.
And none of you better leak any of the characters to my comment section or I'm going to show up to your house at 3 a.m. with milk and cookies. That part's for YouTube.
And since we know that Mr. Big is in the game, I would also like to see more Art of Fighting characters. By that, I mean I would love to see a more grown-up version of Yuri. Because as y'all know, Yuri's my KOF main, so of course I want to see her here. And I think this is a long shot, but I also want to see Shang Fei back. I don't think it's happening, but I really want to see her back. But what I want to accomplish in this game I want to put the fear of God and the hump of death in my fucking friends' souls. Not just their hearts, their souls. I want to boot up this game, and when my friends know I'm playing it, I want them to randomly drop beads of sweat and they don't know. But that's just because Rizzy booted up Fatal Fury and he is coming for your ass. But I also want to get good enough to maybe compete every now and again, and I also want to make the best content I possibly can for this game. Not saying I want to be up here just doing ranked matches and talking shit with the homies. That might happen every once in a while. But I want to somehow come up with some of the most creative content I possibly can. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I want to involve a lot of people like I'm kind of doing right now, but we'll see what happens when that time comes. But anyway, but speaking of everyone here, I want to give a big shout out and a huge thanks to everyone who actually took the time out to contribute to this big ass yap session. Hype yap session, but yap session nonetheless. So show everyone here the proper respect, give them a like on all of their stuff, give them a follow, give them another sub, because they all do great work in their own way. But as far as me, y'all already know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, share it with all your friends and all of that good stuff. Let me know what you're most hype about in the comment section down below. And on that note, I'm gonna get up out of here and I will see y'all in the next yap session, whatever that's gonna be. Or I'll just see y'all when the second open beta happens. Who knows? Or when the game drops. We only got like a month left. We out of here.
Used to tutu, but don't gotta shoot you. Still leave with your head wrapped like Badu used to. Almost bulletproof, the lyrics is the proof. Plus the flow is tsunami like waterproof the roof. The gangsta fake shit, y'all niggas ain't shit. The lead in your belly like I'm feeding you paint chips.